What if I told you the better you understand Japanese, the more fluent your English becomes, and the easier English starts to feel? Japanese to English translation is hard because the grammar is too different. Something I accepted as fact. Think in English, no Japanese. What I kept telling myself 8 years ago. But what if someone had ever told me, the better you understand Japanese, the easier English becomes? Plot twist, this isn't a what if. It's my real, embodied experience. 8 years of experience that almost radically reshaped the idea of learning a language. I didn't just learn a foreign language. I learned foreign perceptions of reality. 2018, the year my English journey began, was my first year of high school, and I honestly feel sorry for my friends, because 90% of the time, my face probably looked like this. I was constantly under stress playing the no Japanese game in my mind, forcing myself to think in English without relying on my mother tongue Japanese, and I failed a lot. Thank God it paid off after 8 years. Ever since then, I've been a big believer in, if you want to learn English, think in English. But since last October, I started wondering if I should keep committing to that belief. I got a call from my German friend asking for help. He was traveling in Fukuoka, Japan, and had lost his film camera, the one he really cared about. So we tried everything, calling the police, the airport, multiple stations, but we couldn't find it. And while he was thanking me on the call, he asked, "What do you mean when you say ありがとうございました and ありがとうございます? What's the difference?" So I said, "Well, it's just present tense and past tense." But then he goes, "Okay, but why?" And I was like, "What do you mean, why?" To him, thank you was just thank you. He didn't understand why it needed a tense in the first place. And that really got me thinking. Because to me, having a tense and thank you was completely normal. But for him, it was a whole new concept. And what's even more interesting is that they don't feel the same, no. If you wrote ありがとうございました in the middle of the business email, let's say, it kind of sounds like the conversation is already over. And this is just one example, but depending on the context, it can feel slightly off. And I realized that with just a small change in tense, you're actually packing in what you're grateful for, when it happened, and even the nuance behind it, all into a single ending. And I think this is probably what people mean when they talk about high context culture. So now, ありがとうございました and ありがとうございます. Are they really just thank you? And even something as simple as こんにちは started to feel like not really hello. Contextually, yes, they're similar, but in my opinion, hi and a hello feels much closer to yeah, and こんにちは actually feels like hi, how are you? And the theory I'd play with is this. This phrase used to be longer. こんにちは、ご機嫌いかがですか? Which is why the wa is written as ha, not wa. There's an implied continuation. So I guess just saying hello doesn't fully capture what I feel when I say こんにちは. And same goes for おやすみ. Contextually, it's good night and we use it that way, but what it literally means is you may rest now. It's perception. You don't translate was. You translate perception, a concept, an idea, an interpretation. Language is something you use intuitively, not analytically. And then last month, I went on a trip to Obama in Fukui with my South African friend. And at this restaurant, as we were leaving, this older lady who worked there said, お時間ちょうだいしました. And I got fascinated. I remember thinking, what a sweet gesture. So I turned to my friend, trying to explain it. But I froze. お時間ちょうだいし I have received your time. Wait, that's not it. No, wait. My first instinct was to translate it directly, but it didn't work. I mean, now that I think about it, thank you for your time was probably the closest. Simple. Well, not really though. There's not a single word for thank you in that phrase. And that's when I got this epiphany. You can translate what you don't consciously understand. I'll repeat that again. You can translate what you don't consciously understand. At the moment, I had to translate what I felt, not what was literally said. And this proved how I barely understood my own language. So to test my understanding of Japanese, I tried something I never imagined myself doing. Something my younger self would have said, "Girl, you're breaking the rule." Translation practice. I put up my phone and downloaded Supihuru, an app that trains you instantly move between Japanese and English. So first, observe me weaving between them, and you judge. Did you get lost? Yay! Well, for this one, I didn't have to think too much, but imagine if you try to translate what was literally said, it'd be something like, are you in a state where you don't know which way to go? And I can also sense that this してしまった adds a layer of empathy that did you get lost doesn't fully capture. It's the past tense of suru, but it's not just simple past tense した. And also, depending on what kind of lost you mean, physically lost, mentally stuck, unsure, a different expression might be used. So, when we communicate, we think we're just exchanging words, but what's actually happening is an exchange of a shared emotional understanding. Delicious, haha, right? Okay, next one. Okay, can you put that back? See how English requires all the pieces. It, where, found. But in Japanese, 戻しといて is enough sometimes. Because the context is already shared. No subject, no object, and it still works. We live in a super high context culture. In Japanese, the meaning is compressed, the nuance is implied, and a lot is communicated without being said. Whereas in English, a low context cultural language, oftentimes you're expected to explain, specify, and make meaning visible. And what I personally loved about Supihuru is how flexible the evaluation is. Even if you don't match the modal answer word for word, it marks you correct as long as the meaning is there. And I think being told that works too is crucial in language learning. Because when you speak in general, you don't really try to speak the right way. You're just being yourself. But when you speak a foreign language, being yourself becomes much harder. It doesn't matter how fluent or experienced you are, your mood, your physical state, who you're talking to, whether it's night or morning, everything affects how you show up in your second language. And on top of that, there's the paradox of language learning. In the name of learning a language, you think you're learning new words and pronunciation, but you, in fact, are installing a foreign way of perceiving reality. I struggled to think in English 8 years ago, not just because of grammar, but because I was trying to make sense of a world that operates on an alien set of rules I couldn't even see yet. Supihuru みたいなアプリはきっとこういう文化的な感覚の違いを考えすぎずに体に入れていくショートカットキー的な役割をしてくれるんやと思う。なぜを考えすぎちゃうと外国語って入ってこないというか、違うルールのもと回ってる世界線の話を体が最初からはいどうぞってすんなり受け入れるわけがないやんか。もう8年前私は眉を潜めながら Think in English, no 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 って英語の頑張って作ろうとしてなんでなんが浮かんでくるたんびに What it is, what it is そういうもんって言い聞かせてたけどなかなかハードやった。なんせオーバー展開し だからこそ得られたものがあるし、後悔はしてないんやけど、スピフルは英語をその場で覚えて終わりじゃなくて、自分が本当に言いたいことがあるときにそれをパッと引き出す力、retrieve する力を鍛えてくれる。気になる方は7日間の無料トライアルができるので、概要欄からチェックしてみてください。So, if you're learning a language and it feels like you're not getting anywhere, good. You're right on track. It means something deeper is happening. Your mind, your body is adjusting to an unfamiliar set of rules, system, and way of thinking. It's happening under the surface. And that kind of process just takes time. So you don't need more. You've got everything you need within you. So just don't stop. You're absolutely capable. And I'm here with you. Lots of love. Bye! Thanks for watching. Next time.